When caring for a loved one who is affected by Alzheimer's disease, it is important to understand the relationship between the brain and a person's behavior. As we see from the diagram, changes in the chemistry and anatomy of a brain can bring changes in a person's behavior. Changes in behavior, in turn, can change or be due to changes in the person's living environment. Changes in the environment can produce stress, which in turn alters, but is also due to chemical changes in the brain. In other words, it's a cycle, and we must keep this cycle in mind when providing care to a person affected by Alzheimer's disease. The brain is the source of our thoughts, emotions, personality, and behavior. Everything we experience in life and every decision or action we make can be tracked back to our brain. This is true for a person with Alzheimer's as well as for anyone else. We must understand that Alzheimer's is a disease of the brain. Let's look at a picture of a healthy brain and compare it to that of a person with Alzheimer's. In the Alzheimer's brain, the cortex shrivels up, damaging areas involved in thinking, planning, and remembering. Shrinkage is especially severe in the hippocampus, an area of the cortex that plays a role in the formation of new memories. This explains why short-term memory loss is one of the most obvious signs of Alzheimer's. As you can see, the parts of the brain that are responsible for short memory and language are gradually disappearing from the brain of the person affected with Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's disease affects everything the brain controls. It affects how your loved one thinks, what he or she feels, what he or she is, and what he or she does. Often the family members of a person with Alzheimer's have a hard time recognizing it as a real disease. After all, their loved ones look normal, at least in the early and middle stages of Alzheimer's. It is important to keep in mind, however, that your loved one does not need to look sick to be affected by a physical illness. Alzheimer's is very much a physical illness. In our next video installment, we will offer suggestions on how to have effective communication with the person affected by Alzheimer's, along with tips on how to prevent and diffuse frustration and how to become a better listener. In the meantime, feel free to visit our website or call us to find out how we can help you care for your loved one.